Hey guys, it's Rose with Rose Likes Crochet. How is everybody doing? It is Thursday, November 6th, 2025, and I am coming on here with the first yarn yakking video for November. So for those of you who are new here, my name is Rose. I like to crochet. I like yarn a lot. You'll see that in this video. And I make stitch markers along with other handmade items. You can find those in my Etsy shop, which is linked down below in the description box. So if you could favorite the shop and favorite a few items, it really does help me out a whole lot, and I do appreciate it. So yarn yakking videos are me talking about if I have any happy mail, which I do. I have a card, and I also have a package for the generous crafters. So I consider that to be happy mail. If I've been yarn shopping, and yes, I have, I'm going to show you one of my yarn hauls that I ordered online. And if I have any finished objects, and I'm going to show you some finished objects today too. Actually, I'm going to show you some that I just made literally like yesterday. And I'm going to add a whole bunch of clips of some of these items that I've already made in the past and I haven't shown you guys. Okay, so we're going to do some admin stuff before we get started. There is a Facebook group for this YouTube podcast, so you can go over there and join if you're on Facebook. You do have to answer 3 questions. I promise they're very easy. You could also follow me on Instagram. That's at Roselikescrochet, and feel free to tag me in any giveaways that you find over there. And that is connected to a Facebook business page. So everything that goes on the Instagram automatically goes to the Facebook business page. So you can follow me over there too. Okay, so besides the Etsy shop, that's really about it for social media, but go ahead and follow me at all the places and make sure you're subscribed here also. And so the first thing we're going to talk about, Generous Crafters is already ended for the year. But I did have one straggler package. So I'm going to show you that at the very end of the video. And I'm still hoping that we will be able to do Generous Crafters next year. So stay tuned for that. As soon as I know, you guys will know. The other item I want to talk about is Random Acts of Crochet Kindness. By the way, this is my Walter Payton jersey, so go Bears. They did win on Sunday. So Random Acts of Crochet Kindness is a contest. I mean, you could do Random Acts of Crochet Kindness anytime you really want to, but I'm having a contest to kind of keep it top of mind all year round. And every month we pick an item out of a bag. So this is my bag. It's getting empty because we're in November. And my contest is basically you make the item, you send me an email with how many items you made and a photo of your items and where you left them. And then you're entered into my contest at the end of every month. I use a random name or number picker, and the person gets a small ball of yarn, a stitch marker, and some stickers. So it's really just minor because Random Acts of Crochet Kindness don't have to be anything big. You can use scrap yarn for it. And it's basically just to see if you can put a smile on someone's face. And you won't even really know because you're supposed to leave it. I mean, you can watch and see if someone picks it up, but you're supposed to just leave it and hope that someone comes and picks it up and they smile and they enjoy it. So the item of the month for October was ice cream cones. And I was a slacker and I only did the one washcloth. And I wasn't fond of it, and I have a lot of craft fairs, so I did not get a chance to make any other ice cream cones. But someone told me about a tutorial that they found here on YouTube from Zach, and it is something that I want to try and see if I can add it to my inventory for my craft fairs. So it's not off the table. It's just, it wasn't on the table for me for Random Acts of Crochet Kindness for October. Anywho. So today I'm going to show you, I had 10 people email me with pictures of their Random Acts of Crochet Kindness for October. So I am going to, we're going to go through that, and then I will tell you who the winner is for October. And then we're going to pick an item for November. So we're going to get that done here first. And then we're going to talk about my happy mail, and I had some craft fairs too. So, okay. So the first person that sent me an email is Julianne. And she says, here are my ice cream cones for the month. I didn't get to make too many. As you can see, I only made 2. I left them at the library. And Julianne sent me a picture, so I'm going to insert that picture right here. Okay, the next I didn't get it in an email. I got it in a text message from my girl Z. So that's Z at Zelda NRJ3 here on YouTube. I'll link her down below if you're not familiar with her, because you should know who she is. And she made an ice cream cone, and she didn't tell me where she left it, but I think if you look at the picture, you can probably tell she left it. And she did text me, but I don't have the text message. So I'm going to just insert the picture here. You'll see what she did with it right here. Okay, so the next person was Kay, and Kay says, here's my ice cream cone. It turned out a little larger than the tutorial as I used a 4-weight yarn. Still, it is about palm size. I will abandon it on my next shopping trip. I enjoy this each month. I wouldn't mind it next year. You could even assign each month. Lots of cute small appliques and items to crochet. And she did include the link to the pattern that she used. So if anyone wants it, just send me an email and I will forward the link to you. But anyway, here is the picture from her. Okay, the next one comes from Suzanne, and she says, I made one ice cream cone for October and left it in my library. And I'm going to insert the picture right here. Okay, so the next email I got was from Leilani, and she said, here's a picture of my ice cream. I will sell it at my craft fair. So I'm going to insert that picture here. Okay, the next email I got was from Valerie, and she says, this month has been so busy, I didn't know if I'd get to the ice cream cones, but I did. I made a little one and a big one. The pattern is from the YouTube channel Free Gurumi. And then she says, I forgot to tell you, I would place the ice creams on an ATM machine and on the table when we go out to eat. So here is the picture from Valerie. Okay, the next one who sent me an email is from Paula, and this is my Paula, and she said, I made 4 dishcloths and left them in random places while I was out walking. So this is where I got the pattern from for my one washcloth, and I didn't like it, but she apparently liked it enough to make 4. So here is her picture. All right, the next one comes from Lynn, and she has a YouTube channel here. It's called Lynn Penguins Creations. I'll link her down below. And she says, hi, Rose, I hope you're doing well. I've completed 3 ice cream cones from a pattern I found on Pinterest. I hope you like them. I hope someone likes them. She says, I have a big bag of stars and then these ice cream cones still to be given out. So, and they're adorable. So here is the picture. Okay, the next one, we're almost done, guys, is from Judy at Witch Piece Craft, and she has a YouTube channel, so I will link her down below. And she just put this on her channel, so you guys can go and look at them like in real time. She says, hi, Rose, made 3 ice creams using 8-ply or 3-weight scrap yarns, 2.75 and 3 millimeter hook. The pattern is free on Ravelry by Norma Lynn Hood, and she plans to leave them around her craft market early this month. So here is, and these are adorable. Here is Judy's picture right here. Okay, and the very last one is from Anne-Marie, and she is from Denmark. Hi, Anne-Marie. She says, hi, Rose, made 4 ice creams this month. The pattern is from YouTube. 2 are made with Hobby Cotton 8-4, and 2 are made with chenille yarn from the dollar store. Greetings from Anne-Marie in Denmark. Very cool. Here is the picture. Okay, you guys, aren't they just so adorable? I really need to try them. So I did use a random name picker, and I just put everyone's name in the name picker thing, and the winner is Leilani. So Leilani, if you can please send me back an email and just say, hey, I'm your winner, send me your mailing address so I can get your little gift bag prize out to you. So that is it for Random Acts of Crochet Kindness for October. So we have 2 more months, you guys. So there's only 2 more items in here. I'm just gonna pick one, and then the December one is still gonna be a surprise. Like I don't want to tell you guys in advance. so there's only 2 in here. So I'm gonna pick one, and then there's still one left. Where is it? It's right there. So here is the item for November. Oh, I love this. It is a fidget key ring or a fidget flower. And I actually make these and I sell these at my craft fairs, and they're so much fun to make. I can just take one or two out of my inventory and leave these around as random acts of crochet kindness. So I'm gonna put November on here. And I will tell you that the pattern that I use is linked down below in the description box. It is from Norma at All My Crochet here on YouTube. And it's awesome. She does a great job of explaining it. I highly recommend it. I've actually met Norma in person. We've had lunch together. She's amazing. She does a lot of tutorials for doll clothes. So I will link, she's linked down below, but I'll link her channel so you guys can check it out. So November is a fidget key ring or a fidget flower. And if you are on Instagram, you will already have seen my, I think I already posted my fidget keychains and my fidget flowers on there. You can check them out over there. I did a whole bunch of colors. So that is the item for November. I am stoked. All right, so we're gonna talk about, I had 2 craft fairs last weekend, so we're gonna talk about them really fast. It's gonna go really fast, me talking about them, because they were really, really slow. So I did 2. I did one on Saturday, one on Sunday. And I have done these before and they were very successful for me. And I was talking to several of the other vendors and they were also saying it was very slow for them too. So, and this was at both shows, both Saturday and Sunday, because a lot of us do the same craft fairs. And so we were there on Saturday talking about it. And then we all were at the same craft fair on Sunday talking about it. And it was just really, really slow for everyone. Now the craft fair on Saturday, these were both at high schools. The craft fair on Saturday, I was in the same spot I always was, and directly across from me was someone who had crochet items, some of the same items that I had. Directly behind her was also someone who had crochet items. So I really need to, I don't know if I'm gonna do this one again. They're gonna have to put me somewhere else, and they're gonna have to guarantee me that I won't be next to another crocheter or have anyone across the way from me that's a crocheter in order for me to do that craft fair again. I probably won't do it again. Anyway, here's what I sold. Loveys, which you will see later, I sold a Winnie the Pooh, a Jack Skellington, and a Stitch. So I did sell 3 Loveys at this craft fair. The other items that I sold on Saturday, and if you're not sure what a Lovey is, go and check out my Etsy shop. I do have them for sale in my Etsy shop. Okay, so here are the other things that I sold at the Saturday show. I sold 4 loaf cats, a fidget keychain, 4 chapstick holders, 1 market bag, 4 kitchen scrubbies, same lady, 2 monsters, which I haven't shown you guys, 1 bumblebee, 1 ear warmer, 2 towels. So I do sell those in my Etsy shop. They're the towel rings with the buttons on them. You can check them out. 1 hair scrunchie and 1 stingray. And that was it. Definitely not worth my time. But you know what? You can't cry over spilled milk. Not all the shows are going to be perfect, right? Or good. And these 2 were not good. So on Sunday, this is a really, really busy craft fair. And again, a lot of vendors did not do well. And here is the problem. These guys were playing on Sunday. And so it was like crickets in there. It was crickets, you guys. Here's what I sold. I sold 1 Spider-Man Lovey. I sold 1 leggy frog, 2 ice cream cozy pints, 1 chapstick holder, 2 stingrays, 2 chickens, 1 cat, 1 octo, 1 hair scrunchie, and 1 beanie, 1 hat. That was it, you guys. So if I look tired, it's because I am. So this one I would do again, but I want them to move me 1 spot. And I don't know, the football schedule doesn't come out that far in advance. So I don't know. I'll have to think about if I'm gonna do this show again. I also met someone named Amy, and she said, her sister follows me. I don't know if it's here on YouTube or on Instagram. I think it was on Instagram. She said her sister's name is Sharon and she is from Puerto Rico, and her sister Sharon said, sent her a screenshot of my Instagram post of where I was going to be and said, you have to go and see this this person at this craft fair. So hi Amy and hi Sharon, if either one of you is watching. So that was it for craft fairs, you guys. The only plus about not selling a whole lot is that I have inventory for my craft fair that is coming up this coming Saturday. And so far, everyone is telling me this is a great craft fair. So I'm beginning to not believe anyone when they say that. I'm just saying. Okay, so we've got our random acts of crochet kindness. We went over craft fairs. I do have one card that came for Happy Mail, and this is from my friend Erica in New Jersey. And here is the card. And Erica, if you ever don't want me to read these on the camera, just let me know. She says, Dear Rose, I have some wonderful news. Savannah's egg hatched on October 18th. I was at my babysitting job and my dad called to tell me that her egg hatched. I have been busy feeding the baby bird from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. each night. They are eating every 1.5 hours now. It's a lot of work, but very rewarding. I hope you are doing well. Sincerely, Erica. Erica, that is so cool. If you ever get a chance to send me an email, like a picture, like a photo, I would love to see the birds, especially the baby bird. Okay, so I think that's it for Happy Mail. Like I said, I have one package for Generous Crafters. If you're seeing this, we are done, so please do not send any more items for Generous Crafters. I think next Tuesday is the last day that we can bring stuff over there, so, and sort and all that other stuff. So please do not send anything else for Generous Crafters. Okay, so I did some shopping online. I have an order from Herrschners, but if you remember, I just told you that I sold Winnie the Pooh Lovey at one of the craft fairs this past weekend. I checked my inventory and I had no more Winnie the Poohs. So I figured I better order some. So I know that I can get them on Amazon, but I also know that Kohl's has them. And they're a Kohl's Cares for Kids item. So I did go on and order some stuff at Kohl's, and they're the Winnie the Pooh stuffed animals. So I'm going to show you what I got at Kohl's. And I also got something else there, and then I was at Five Below. So I'm going to show you what I got. Hang on. All right, you guys. So I just realized I'm missing one of the Lovey blankets. But anyway, I forgot that I ordered 4 of these guys. So here's Winnie the Pooh. So I'm going to they're all in plastic. So I'm going to toss these guys on the floor. So I picked up 4 of these. I ordered them online and picked them up in the store. And I'm going to show you the Lovey blanket that goes with them. And I do need to make one more. So here is the Lovey blanket for him. And I am going to put it on him. And then that way you guys can see what he looks like. And then I will have one more in my stash that I just need to make the blanket for. And he is a really, really good seller for me because he's Winnie the Pooh, you guys. So I was like, I have to have them. And the price on these guys was, oh, it's not on here. I think it was like $9.99 or $9 or something like that. So there is the Winnie the Pooh Lovey. He is ready to go. And like I said, he is a really, really good seller for me. So I made 3 blankets because for some reason I thought I only had 3. But I have 3 that are ready to go, and the other one will just go in my stash. And so there we go. Now, Loveys are always listed in my Etsy shop. I'm not sure I will put Winnie the Pooh in my Etsy shop because I really would like to keep him in inventory for craft fairs. Because I know I can sell him at the craft fairs. So there's 3 of those. And then when I was at the store picking up the Winnie the Pooh, they had this guy, Scooby-Doo, a Halloween mystery. This was a Kohl's Cares for Kids thing also. And this was clearance for $6.99. And I should have gotten another one because he doesn't really look like he's scary. It's just got the book with it. And I'll definitely keep the book with it, but I need to make the Lovey blanket for him too. So 1 Scooby-Doo and 4 Winnie the Poohs. And then I had to do something at Five Below, and they still had Jack Skellington, you guys. If you remember, I did just say that I sold a Jack Skellington at my craft fair on Saturday. I think I only have one left. So I did pick up 2 more of these guys at Five Below. They weren't $5, they were $7. They also had another one that was not white. It was like a cream colored, and I did not want the cream colored one. So I did pick up 2 more of these guys, and I have to make the Lovey blankets for that as well. So, you know what, while we're on the subject of Loveys, I will insert clips of all the other Loveys that I have, and then I'll show you my yarn haul. So I actually have 3 clips. I've made Loveys a couple times, and I just never showed them to you because I've made them and finished them on a Friday before a craft fair. So I make a clip really fast and then pack them up in my car. So I have 3 clips. They're really short clips. And I am going to insert the first one here so you can see the first set of Loveys. And these might still be in my inventory in my Etsy shop. You can check. I'm not sure what has sold and what hasn't sold. So here's the first clip. Hey guys, Rose from the past coming on here to show you some items I've been making. I have a 3-day craft fair starting today, so I needed to get these filmed and show you what I've created and get my car packed up for this 3-day craft fair. So I have been making Loveys, and the reason I've been making them, not that I don't have a whole lot in my inventory, is I've run out of a couple of characters, and decided I needed to sit down and make some Loveys. So I have made some Loveys in the past week, and I just wanted to show you them. The tutorial that I use for all of my Loveys is from Zelda NRJ3 here on YouTube. She is the original designer of this style of Lovey. So she is linked down below with that pattern, the YouTube tutorial. And then she also came out with a second design also. So, you know what, if I can find that one, I will link it as well. Okay, so the first item I'm going to show you is it's called Stitch. It's from the movie Stitch, Lilo and Stitch, and this is Stitch. And I'm going to show you, I have 2 of these big ones here, and you see that the colors on their blankets are different. And I'm not going to show you how to make it because I want you to go and look at the tutorial. They are full-size stuffed animals underneath there. This one right here is Red Heart Super Saver, and I think the color is called Ocean. And I ran out of this color, so this color is actually from Michaels, and I don't remember what the name of the color is. So I have 2 of these big ones, and with the new movie that just came out, I think these will go quickly. And then I have this little one, and this one also uses the Red Heart Super Saver, which is absolutely perfect for these Stitch guys. So these will be up for sale in my Etsy shop. I don't know when this video will be inserted into a yarn yakking video. So if they're not up there when you see this, that means they sold out. And I might have more of these in my stock, but I am not sure. Okay, so I've got 3 stitches done. And then you guys, Snoopy is very popular. And I ran out of Snoopy. I think I have a Woodstock left in my Etsy shop, but I ran out of Snoopy. So I needed to make sure that I could get Snoopy in stock. These guys were just Kohl's Cares for Kids little stuffed animals. And then the yarn I used for this was I think it's like a loops and threads. It's one of those 5-weight yarns that looks like puzzle yarn. I can't remember if it's called Impeccable or something else. So this was using 5-weight yarn actually. And I usually try to match the color of my Lovey blanket to the animal, but Snoopy is just black and white, and I wanted to give him a little bit of oomph. So he got this yellow and gray color there. Okay, so there are those 2. And then Spider-Man is really, really popular for me for my Loveys. So I found this guy in my stash, and I was like, oh, I need to make him. This is a Thai Beanie Baby. And this is Miles Morales. So I'm not like a movie aficionado on Spider-Man, so I'm not quite sure what the deal is with this guy, but he's really cool. So I did make him the blanket black and red to match him right there. And then I had one left of these original Spider-Man Beanie Boos, which is like a stiffer fabric. So I made that guy, and then I did find these Beanie Babies. So I guess if you didn't see them next to each other, you wouldn't really know the difference. But I think I have 2 more of these guys that I can turn into Loveys. So I've got these 2 Spider-Men. I also made a Mario from Mario and Luigi. He's the only one that I have. I think I still have Luigi in stock, but I ran out of Mario, so I turned him into a Lovey. I also made 2 of these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I believe this is Leonardo. I was out of stock on this guy, so I picked, I only had 2 left in my inventory in, you know, the stuffies, so I made the blankets for these guys. I made 1 Minnie Mouse. She's so cute. This is like a 5 bulky, I don't remember what the yarn is on this one, but I thought it matched her pretty well. So I did that one. And then the last one that I did is this teddy bear. And this is like a 6 yarn. This was a clearance yarn at Michael's. I don't remember which one it was. So those are all of the Loveys that I've made in the past week or so. And wanted to show you guys before I pack them up and get ready for the craft fair. So that is all I have. Let me know what you guys think of the Loveys. The tutorial that I use will be down below in the description box. It's always down there. It's from Z. So go and check her out, and I will bring you back to the current rows. Take care. Bye. Okay, guys, so I know that's crazy. It's a lot of Loveys. All right, so that was the first clip. So I'm going to insert the second clip, which is a little bit longer because I think there's more Loveys that I made in this one. So here is the next clip right here. So this is what I call a Lovey. I know a lot of people that are talented enough actually crochet the Lovey, the actual head and the arms of the Lovey, but I am really not interested in doing that. So what I do is I take the stuffed animal and make the blanket for it. And just so you can see, it is a full-size stuffed animal, so the bodies are attached. And if you're not familiar with a Lovey from Z, I will let you watch the video so you can see how this is done. But it's awesome. I love it. Mickey and Minnie Mouse are my best sellers at my craft fairs, because who doesn't love Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, right? So I am, I think, completely out of Mickey Mouse, and I think I'm out of Minnie Mouse also. So I decided I really needed to get going and make some. So I was able to make 2 Mickey Mouse Loveys, and I really like this color combination. And it might not make any sense, but when you lift up the blanket, you can see that he's got the red and the yellow and the black there. So that is why. And I'm kind of fanatical about matching colors if I can. So here are 2 Mickey Mouse Loveys right here. And I normally do have all of these Loveys should be listed on my Etsy shop. So I'm not sure when you're watching this if they're sold out. If they're not there and you're interested in something, you can just shoot me an email, roselikescrochet@gmail.com. So then we're going to do some Minnie Mouse here because we're out of Minnie Mouse. And I found this. Oh, by the way, the yarn on the Mickey Mouse is just, the red is just Red Heart Super Saver. The yellow is just Red Heart Super Saver, and the black is just Red Heart Super Saver. So it's all just Super Saver. Anyway, here's the Minnie Mouse. And I found this yarn in my stash. I think it was like a Walmart Mainstays variegated. And then I found a pink to match, solid pink. And then I found this really pretty purple eyelash yarn, and it's actually really soft. So I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. So I've got 2 Minnie Mouse, and they're so cute. And my big seller is that I tell people that, you know, you can take the blanket off and wash it if it gets dirty. So I've got 2 Mickey, 2 Minnie. And then I haven't had Sonic the Hedgehog in a long time. And I've had these in my stash, so I figured I better make these guys into Loveys. So I've got 2 of these Sonic the Hedgehogs. So there's the whole body. The blue yarn, I think, is from Hobby Lobby, and the white is, I think, one of those $5 Premier balls from the Dollar Tree, and the red is just Red Heart Super Saver. So I've got 2 Sonic the Hedgehogs there. And then the last bit, I wanted to get these done. I've had these in my stash since last year or the year before, and I never turned them into Loveys. But I found these teddy bears at Walmart in their Halloween section, and I think it was last year or the year before. So anyway, I found these little teddy bears, and I know that they're Halloween because they have this little, I don't know, skeleton thing on their tummies. And I know you're not going to see the skeleton thing like when it's hanging, but I figured I would make the majority of the blanket match the bear, and then I would have this trim match what's on their belly. So this guy right here is the black with the gray trim, and then this one here is pink, and then he actually has green on his belly right there. So I made this the lime green. I think this might be a Red Heart Super Saver, or it's a Big Twist, and this is Big Twist in the slime color. And then the last teddy bear that I had picked up from the Walmart is this one, who is orange, and he's got black on there. And I don't know what brand this is, but this is just Red Heart Black. So there's those 3 teddy bears. And then I figured it's going to be Halloween pretty soon, and I have at least 1 craft fair before Halloween. No, 2 craft fairs. 3. I have a 2-day craft fair at the end of October, so I figured I better get these Halloween themed Loveys completed. So I found these guys. This is Jack Skellington, and I recently found these guys at Five Below. They were not $5. They were $7. So I picked up 3 of these Jack Skellingtons because Jack is very, very popular. So I turned all 3 of these guys into Loveys. Again, just using black and white acrylic yarn. And these guys are full-size stuffies. And I think that these will appeal mostly to adults, but that's okay. Also, while we're on the theme of Jack Skellington, I think about 2 years ago at the holidays, I was with my yarny friends and we were at a Walmart, and they had a big box set of all of the Jack Skellington characters. So I bought the box set, and they had a 0 in there. They're really small, so I actually didn't make these blankets as big as I normally do because the actual stuffed animal is pretty small. So this guy has a pumpkin on his nose. That's 0. And there was a Sally in the box, and she's, you know, her face is kind of this color. So I used that for Sally. And then there's this guy, and I don't even know what his name is. So he is a double-sided guy. So he looks like that on one side, and then he looks like that on the other side. And this is his body underneath there. So I normally don't put Lovey blankets on things that don't have like an actual neck, but I really wanted to use this guy, and I'll have to find out what his name is before I bring him to the craft fair. So that's it. I've got all of the Halloween Loveys out of my stash, my like little stash of stuffed animals, except for Ookie. I have 3 of those Ookies that I need to turn into Loveys. I might just get to one of them before the craft fairs, but anyway, that's it for the Loveys. Let me know what you think, if you use Z's pattern or not. I will never use any other pattern other than Z's. It was brilliant of her to come up with this idea. And these should be up in my Etsy shop, at least for now. I don't know like when you're seeing this and if they're still up there, but that's all I have. I'm going to bring you back to the current day Rose now. Take care. Bye. All right, you guys, tell me what you think. Let me know what you think of them. The next clip is the last one that I have, and it is a shorter clip. And this, I just recently made these because I think I bought the stuffed animals like a week and a half ago or something. And then I made the blankets and then I had those craft fairs. So here is the last. Hey guys, Rose from the past coming on here to show you some stuff I've been making. Today is Friday, October 31st, and I'm getting ready to pack up my car for some craft fairs this weekend. I actually have one on Saturday and one on Sunday. So not sure when you're going to see this video, but I have been making some Loveys. You can see them right here. So I will tell you that the pattern that I use is a YouTube tutorial from Zelda NRJ3 here on YouTube. And that pattern is always, or the tutorial is always linked down below in the description box of all my videos. And I recently just purchased all 5 of these stuffed animals plus 2 more, but I didn't make the other 2. And I just wanted to show you before I get these photographed, put in the Etsy shop, and packed in my bag for my craft fairs. I wanted to show them to you so you could see them. So I'm going to show you. So the first 2 that I'm going to show you, I only have 5 here, so this is going to be a quick video, you guys. So I bought some Dumbos. I found these on sale at my local Menards, which is a home improvement store. And so you can see they are full-size stuffed animals underneath there. And I'm not going to, if you're not familiar with a Lovey, I'll let you watch the tutorial so you can see how to do this. And so I have 2 of these guys, and I'm not sure why I didn't have any in stock. I had done in my inventory, so I figured I'd better make these up and get them ready for the shows. So 2 of those guys. And then the other 3 I bought were all Christmas Loveys. So I'll tell you what this guy's name is. They are all going to be up for sale in my Etsy shop, which is linked down below. This one is called Snowdrop. And this one has some glittery yarn. All 3 of the colors are glittery. It's really hard to see it, but yeah, it's all glittery yarn, and I tried to match the colors as best I could. And this is all glittery, and his ears are glittery. So this is Snowdrop, and I believe he is a little reindeer. So he is done. And then we've got this snowman. I thought he was a penguin at first, but he's not a penguin. He's a snowman. And his name is Dave. So this is Dave the snowman. And he's got a little blue thing on his hat, and his eyes are actually blue. So I did put some blue here in the Lovey. And his hands stick out, and I poked them through the holes in the Lovey blanket, so you could see he's got his little branch arms there, and he's got his carrot for a nose. The red is glittery on this one, but the green is not. So there is Dave the snowman. And then the last one that I just finished, his name is Snaps, and he is a gingerbread man. And I wasn't quite sure. I didn't have anything exactly this color of the gingerbread, but I think this is pretty close. And then this is a red and white sparkle. And the reason I did the red and white sparkle is he's got little candy canes on his belly, and they're red and white like that. So that's why I use that yarn. And then his eyes are green, so I trimmed it with green. So those are my Loveys. All of my Loveys are up for sale in my Etsy shop if you want to go and check it out, if they're not already sold. So I'm not sure, like I said, when you're going to be seeing this video, but those are the 5 Loveys that I have done in the past 2 days to get ready for this craft fair. So that is it. I will bring you back to the original Rose now. Take care. Bye. All right, you guys, just let me know what you think about the Loveys. I love making them. People love them. I especially like having the ones with a soft face on them because people are always like, oh, I want to get it for a baby present, but they have the hard eyes like from the manufacturer, like the Beanie Boos. And a lot of people don't like to buy them. So I'm really excited when I find them and they have soft faces. Okay, anywho, while you were watching, I got out my Herrschners order. So I'm gonna tell you guys, I ordered some yarn from Herrschners. And some of it I've had before and some I wanted to try. So we'll see how this goes. So this has been in my house for like a week or so. Looks like I ordered it on October 17th. So, they actually have all the prices on here. So that's really exciting. And I'm pretty sure I got these all on sale. So I'll make sure that I tell you what the prices are when I show you. So they had Bernat Blanket Brights on sale for $6.99 a ball. $6.99 a ball. So that's like half off, you guys. So I did get Bernat Blanket Brights, and the color is called Pow Purple. And I will tell you the specs. It's still available. I don't know why this was on like sale, but I mean, I love this color. You guys, I only have one octo left in this color, so I need to get going and make some octos. It is a 6 weight, 220 yards, 201 meters, 10.5 ounces, 300 grams. It's a 6 super bulky. They want you to use an 8 millimeter crochet hook and knitting needle. Again, this one's called Pow Purple, and it's made in China. So, oh my gosh, it's so pretty, you guys. The next Bernat Blanket Brights, this is the last color of Bernat Blanket Brights that I got, you guys. This one is the same specs. It's just called School Bus Yellow, and I bought 3 of them. And I love to use this for bees, and I'm always like looking for a yarn for corn. So I'm going to use these for corn, for bees. And who did I see was making baby chicks? Everyone is making baby chicks, and I really want to try some baby chicks, which would be, I would need yellow yarn. So I did get 3 of them, and these, of course, or also were $6.99 each. So that was Bernat Blanket Brights. Then they had, and I've never tried this before, so you guys need to tell me if you've tried this. Premier Parfait XL Sprinkles. Has anyone tried this before? I'm going to show you the color. It's like a rainbowy, it's like a fuzzy rainbow. So I wanted to try it. I know it says it's a 7 jumbo, but you guys, it doesn't look that much thicker than Bernat Blanket yarn. So I was hoping I could utilize this just like Bernat Blanket yarn. These were on sale for $4.97. I don't know what the original price was, but I'll tell you about them because I've never had them before. So Premier Parfait XL Sprinkles, only 65 yards, 60 meters, 5.29 ounces, 150 grams, 100% polyester. It's got the tested and approved. It is made in Turkey. The color is called Fruit Punch on this one. And it's suggesting 10 millimeter knitting needles and 11.5 millimeter crochet hook. Machine wash, warm, lay flat to dry, which I would just be making amigurumi with it. So I wouldn't have to worry about washing and drying it. So I got 2 of this color, which is Fruit Punch. And then I got 2 of this color, which is called Primary. So you guys can see the difference. Primary is definitely more rainbowy, like darker. So pretty. So if you guys have used this before, let me know, because I'm hoping to use this. Like this, I definitely want to do octos with. Maybe this one, do cats with it. I don't know. Let me know if you've used them. Hopefully this is enough for a couple projects. So this was all the Parfait XL sprinkles that I got. Then they had these Premier Basic Chenille Brights on sale for $3.99 each. So, and I don't think I've had this before. I've had the Premier Chunky something or other. So I wanted to try these. So I'll tell you about this. It says it's a super bulky, and it could be similar, maybe a little thinner than blanket yarn. It's 112 yards, 103 meters, 5.3 ounces, 150 grams. They're recommending 8 millimeter knitting needles and crochet hook, machine wash, warm, tumble dry. It's got the Oeko-Tex standard on it. It's called Chenille Brights, made in Turkey. And it says buy enough of the same dye lot to complete your project. So this color is called Kiwi. I was going to try this for pickles. So that was my goal on this one, was pickles. Then I got this green right here, and this one is called Emerald. And I was thinking corn, that I could use this for the husk. And then I picked up these two different color yellows. This one is called Lemon. And then this one is called Banana. So I can do corn in these colors and then use this for the husk. So that was my thought process on why I purchased those. I don't know when I'm going to have time to make corn. Probably not until December. So, yeah, so that was my yarn order. And like I said, I have a yarn order from Lion Brand, all that new blanket yarn, but you guys were running out of time on this video. So let me know what you think of the Loveys. I do want to show you that one last donation for Generous Crafters before you go. Hang on. All right, you guys. So the box came from Nicole, and she's from Minnesota, and it says no cats. And if you know, you know, but there's a cat on the card. So Nicole writes, Rose, thank you for collecting for the Generous Crafters. I've sent some granny squares and a blanket. The pattern for the blanket is called Ripples in the Creek, designed by Mama Swift with a YouTube tutorial by Juan the Yarn Addict, from Nicole. So awesome. Thank you so much, Nicole. I'm going to show you guys the granny squares. I'm not going to tell you all about Generous Crafters because we are done, but they are going to use these squares to make blankets. So Nicole, thank you so much. These are so pretty. Look at that, you guys. Thank you so much for sending all of these squares. I have a whole bunch more that need to go to the Generous Crafters that will go next week when they do their sorting. So these will go in the pile. So Nicole, thank you so much for those squares. That is going to be a big help. And then let's check out this blanket, you guys. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so here we go. Are you guys ready? Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Nicole, what is the yarn that you used for this? Wow, that is gorgeous. Thank you so much for sending this for the Generous Crafters. Oh, wow. Okay, you guys. I hope you guys can see. Maybe it's easier to see it in the solid color. It's like really big. It's like a 3D almost. My gosh, that's so, so pretty. So Nicole, thank you so much for letting us know the pattern, and thank you so much for sending the squares and the blanket. And as a reminder, we are done collecting, so please do not send any more donations for the Generous Crafters, but you guys are all so talented and so generous. And I do want to give a final shout out to KK Crochet. If you want to go and check out their channel, if you're still interested in donating something for this year, she is still collecting hats. They have a very lofty goal. So if you like to make hats and you want to donate something, please go on over there and check her out. And I think that's going to be it. There will be no more Yarn Yakking extras this year for Generous Crafters because we're done. And I do have a craft fair on Saturday, so when I come for next week's Yarn Yakking, I'll let you know. Yeah, that's in like 2 days. Oh my gosh, I'm not ready. I'll let you know how that went. It's my first time doing that one, so I have no expectations. So if I don't do well, then it's fine because I never did that one before. And then next week I will show you my Lion Brand haul. And one of my good friends here, Philip, he's an enabler, and he sent a text message the other day to our group and said, hey, did you know that Knit Picks is having a sale? And I was like, yeah, I was trying not to buy anything. And he's like, you know, if we all go in together, we can get the free shipping. So yeah, we placed an order. All 4 of us ordered some items from Knit Picks. They were having a 2-for-6 sale. So some of their stuff was $2, some was $4, some was $6, and we all bought something. But I ordered it, so it'll all come to me. Maybe I'll give them their yarn. Maybe I won't. I'm kidding. All right, so that's it. Get started on your random acts of crochet kindness for November. Fidget keychains and fidget flowers, and go check out those tutorials. And please leave me a comment down below. I promise I will give this blanket to the Generous Crafters. It's so squishy. Thank you again, Nicole. All right, guys, that's it. I will talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.